Tim, and this is another Real Ideal Gear Review. Today we're going to be unboxing the Casio W736H. This is a sport watch that has a lot of the basic functions that most of the low-level, affordable Casios that are out there. And I think you'll find that this watch is a kissing cousin of a G-Shock. And so let's take a quick look at the outward appearance and we'll move on from there. So what we have is what looks like a really tall, chunky watch. I have this watch compared to my Hamilton khaki chronograph, which is a 14 millimeter height off the wrist, which is a fairly tall watch. And this one is taller than that. So this is a high profile watch. So keep that in mind. Again, the regular Casio, affordable, I believe it's mineral crystal. So this is going to be a scratch prone watch. Although there are some plastic protrusions above the crystal, above the mineral crystal. So I think you're going to find that you're going to get some protection just based on the fact that there is something above that that will help it protect it a little bit. As far as the buttons go, I love the size of the buttons, and the buttons don't stick out. So I think this is a watch where when you look at the buttons, I think this is going to be a great watch just for, using it at night when you can't really see the buttons, or you just want to, if you're in bed or whatever and you don't want to open your eyes, you just want to, hit the alarm button, the snooze button, whatever. You can do that. So I think the buttons are a good size. The case overall is the typical polycarbonate case, 4 screws on the top. You also have 4 screws on the case back holding the case back together. This one does have the vibration alarm, and so I did a quick test. This is the biggest reason why I got this watch, was the vibration alarm. And the vibration alarm, I think the first impressions are pretty good. Now, what it said in the handbook was that you could substitute the audible alarm for the vibration alarm. You can't have both. So that is something to keep in mind. Also, when you use the vibration alarm and you turn it on, your Roger beep for all of the different functions or modes that you go through will not sound. So everything will be silent as you go through the modes and adjustments and things like that. So keep that in mind, that the vibration turns off all the sound for the watch. The overall strap impression is kind of that G-Shock impression where you have a strap that's kind of formed to a wrist, a particular type of wrist. If you have a very small diameter wrist, you may find this one to be a little bit, I don't know, not as conforming to the arm as you would a watch that doesn't have those supports underneath. If you look closely at the strap, you'll see there are some supports that jut out into the case back. Now, I've seen people and heard of people that will take those and file those off or cut those off, and you get a little more movement that way, so keep that in mind. I haven't done it yet because, honestly, I don't need to do it, so I just haven't tried it yet. Overall, the strap is the famous Casio strap, so it's either going to fit snug or loose, and if you're lucky, you might get it to fit just right. Other than that, it's the Casio complaint that I always have, that the holes on the strap are just too far apart or just a little bit too big, or both. I wish they would have a little bit closer together so that you can fine-tune the adjustment of the fitment of the watch to your wrist. Otherwise, the strap is very flexible. I think this is a little bit more flexible than the G-Shock, and it's a heavier strap certainly than the Greyman or the Royale. So for the cost, you're getting a pretty heavy-duty strap, and it really, it fits well to the case. I think you're going to find that this is going to be a watch strap that will be really durable. The light, it has that electroluminescent light. Love it. I think it's great. I know there's problems with it over the long term, but at the same time, very legible. I love the size of the numbers on the dial, on the digital display. And so I think this, as far as legibility goes, is going to score very high on the legibility scale. I'm looking at it right now without my glasses. I can totally read the time, I can read the day, and I can read the date. What else do you need? As far as a digital watch goes, it's great. And for a watch that's less than $50, boy, the value proposition on this guy is going to be very high. So there's the initial impressions, less than 5 minutes. We'll throw this up on the interwebs and you guys can take a look at it. Again, this is the Casio W736H, and it has all the functions: stopwatch, timer, dual time, and what else is it? Alarm. So take a look at it. and first impressions are good. Thumbs up, and we'll see what the overall review is. I'll put this on the wrist and wear it with my work and see how it handles some of the regular use and abuse of my job. My name is Tim. This has been another Real Ideal Gear review, and we'll see you next time.